The morning of June 17th was meant to be radiant. Willow Creek awoke under a sun that painted the town in soft gold, spilling over cobblestone streets and the quaint rooftops of its small houses. Birds chirped lazily, and the occasional church bell echoed across the sleepy town. Inside St. Mary's Chapel, anticipation buzzed quietly among the guests. Family and friends filled the pews, dressed in their finest attire, whispering nervously, adjusting ribbons and bouquets, their eyes glancing repeatedly at the side entrance. Clara Evans, a nurse known throughout the town for her gentle demeanor and kind smile, was expected any moment. She accompanied countless patients, stayed late at the hospital to soothe the sick, and volunteered tirelessly at the local shelter. To everyone who knew her, Clara embodied warmth and reliability. Her wedding day was supposed to be the pinnacle of a life built on care and compassion. But as the morning sunlight danced across the stained glass windows, the bride never arrived. The chapel remained eerily still. Her bouquet rested untouched on a pew. Her phone lay on a nearby table, silent. And the side door of the chapel, normally locked, stood slightly ajar, creaking faintly in the gentle breeze. Outside, the police combed the grounds, searching for any hint of what had happened. They found just one clue, a single white shoe, half buried in the muddy bank near Willow Bridge. No one saw her leave. No one knew where she had gone. Willow Creek, a town that prided itself on safety and community, had suddenly become the stage for an unnerving mystery. Days turned into weeks. Search parties combed the nearby woods, and reporters flooded the streets. Cameras flashing and microphones thrust forward. Clara's fiancé, Michael Turner, appeared on television, tears streaking his face, pleading for her safe return. But Detective Eleanor Briggs, assigned to the case, felt unease. Something in Michael's gaze didn't sit right with her, a subtle hesitation, a shadow beneath his grief. Then the first lead appeared. Clara's car was discovered parked quietly at the edge of town. Inside, investigators found a torn wedding invitation, and beneath it, a short handwritten note. "I made a mistake." The handwriting was Clara's, but the signature was absent, and for reasons Briggs could not fathom, Michael refused to confirm its authenticity. The detective's instincts sharpened. Was Clara running from something or someone, and was Michael telling the truth, or hiding a more sinister secret behind his composed facade? 6 months later, the case took a darker turn. A fisherman, his boat bobbing gently on the lake, discovered a delicate veil tangled among the reeds. Forensics confirmed it belonged to Clara. It was miles from Willow Creek, a silent clue that she had traveled far, deliberately leaving fragments of herself behind. Meanwhile, investigators delving into Michael's personal files uncovered encrypted messages on his laptop, conversations with someone identified only as R. The messages spoke of money, secrecy, and silence, coded language hinting at something clandestine. But before the authorities could act, Michael's car careened off a mountain road. The crash was fatal. There were no survivors. Detective Briggs refused to accept that the story had ended. Her instincts led her deeper into Clara's past, through forgotten documents and buried files. And there, hidden within official paperwork, she discovered a passport issued under a new name, Anna Lewis. Clara had not vanished aimlessly. She had planned a new life. Before the wedding had ever begun, the trail of breadcrumbs led Briggs across continents, from Willow Creek to Prague. In the European city, locals remembered a quiet, polite woman who always wore gloves and moved through the streets unobtrusively. Each memory added to the detective's mounting suspicion. Clara's disappearance was intentional, and the danger she had evaded was far greater than anyone had imagined. The breakthrough came unexpectedly. An unmarked envelope arrived at the detective's office. Inside was a USB drive, and on it, a single video file. The screen flickered to life, revealing Clara herself, pale, anxious, her voice trembling. "If you're watching this, it means I couldn't run far enough. Michael isn't who you think he is. There's something in the house." In the basement, Briggs immediately returned to Michael's home. Beneath the basement floorboards, a grim discovery awaited. A locked trunk filled with photographs of missing women, all brunettes, all bearing a striking resemblance to Clara. It became chillingly clear Michael Turner was no ordinary groom. He was a recruiter, enmeshed in a secretive organization known only as Project Whisper. Years passed. Willow Creek slowly healed, though the memory of Clara's disappearance left a permanent scar on the town. Then one day, a photograph arrived at Detective Briggs's desk. Clara stood by a serene lake, holding a child in her arms. On the back, a simple note: "We're safe. Thank you." But peace was fleeting. Briggs's investigation uncovered a darker truth. The leader of Project Whisper was none other than Captain Rowland, her own superior in the police department. Before she could act, Briggs herself vanished. A year later, the world received fragments of the truth. An online video surfaced, a woman's voice distorted but steady, hinting that some shadows could never truly be escaped, and some disappearances were never final. Clara Evans, or Anna Lewis, had outwitted her pursuers, but the darkness of Project Whisper continued to linger, leaving unanswered questions and a trail of mystery that haunted anyone who dared follow it.